What's going on, y'all? It's your main man, Rick the Dawn. Now, before we jump into anything, I would like to say thank you all for checking out my last recap. If you don't know by now, I will be doing recaps of every episode, or at least I will try my best. I will be doing the recaps after the episodes air. I am not in a rush to drop this content. I really want to reflect on what I'm seeing before I drop anything. I'm not trying to compete with everybody and trying to be the first to drop and upload. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I want to look at the moves, digest the moves, and that's what I'm going to do. And if you enjoy what I bring to the table, you'll be here to check it out. Either way, it doesn't make a difference to me. I love Big Brother. I've been watching this stuff for so long. So I don't. I'm just going to drop when I drop. Now, first up, I have to say I'm a little confused about the formatting this week. There seems to be a missed episode. Episode 7 wasn't dropped yet, and that's confusing for me. It appears, and maybe I'm outside of the loop here. It appears that Wednesday a episode was dropped, and then Thursday there was no episode, and then they intend to make up the episode that was missed on Thursday on Sunday. That's what it appears to be to me. It looks like it's going to be a 2 hour episode that takes place on Sunday. Call me old fashioned, but man, this season of Big Brother has been all over the place. For the first time ever, I've never seen a HOH drop the nomination box, i.e., Jasmine. I've never seen, well, and I won't say never, but it's very rare that a eviction episode doesn't air. That's strange to me, and I never really counted this as much, but some of the gameplay this year is a little strange. You have Taylor. She gets information from the Girls Alliance, goes directly to Monty and tells him, which is strange. And then Monty, even more strangely, goes directly to the HOH and to I forget her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Paul something. The lady who stepped out the game for mental issues, allegedly. She immediately goes and tells he immediately goes and tells her. Palmera, I forget her name. So it's just been a weird season. And real quick, I want to just touch on this really fast and then I'll move on. I probably should know her name by now. I do not. But the young lady who stepped outside of the game as a result of the mental issues, that's alleged because I'm feeling like she broke some rules. If you go online, you type in uh, housemate breaks Big Brother rules, and I think her name is Palmera, Paloma. If you look, you'll see that there's tons of videos from live feed viewers who see that she's talking about breaking the money down and splitting the money down with other house guests, which is illegal within the game itself. I believe it has nothing to do with mental issues. But then it would be strange for her to leave in that fashion. You know what I mean? I feel like she would have made a bigger storm if the game itself told her, hey, you have to act as if you're mentally sick and exit the game. So I guess in hindsight, that doesn't quite make sense. I would argue that she was not removed from the game as a result of, the exchange she had with the other housemates about you breaking the money down. There's no way she would fake mental health issues to leave the game. So that's probably not likely. But I do find it to be poetic justice that soon as she is plotting on Taylor, she gets removed from the game. And the same thing for Pooch. Pooch is plotting on Taylor, and what happens to him? He gets removed from the game. It's pretty clear, and I'm not sure if other people are starting to notice. Taylor is untouchable. I was watching a show called The Mole, right? And this show is basically you have one player in the game that's not a part of the game that's trying to throw everybody off. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if CBS Big Brother had a mole in the house and just never told us. It just seems like everybody who targets Taylor gets axed out. So it wouldn't surprise me, but of course that'd be pretty far fetched, and dare I say, pretty illegal. But anyway, getting back to it. Today I watched, well, not today. I was to say a couple of days I watched, and today I reflected on what was going on within the game itself. Just a quick recap. There was a veto competition, a really funny veto competition, the mermaid competition, where they had to scoop these pearls and try to get them into these three holes. It looked like a very fun game, if I might be honest. It just looked very exciting. And then it turns out that Taylor and Michael, in a lot of ways, were working together secretly, right? And then Taylor had the chance of a lifetime to scoop this pearl in, and dare I say, Pooch was in a golden space. He had all these missed pearls, but they were lined up perfectly. And if he just had even the slightest bit of pull ability, he could have knuckleballed this thing, right? Hit the ball to the left and then maybe knock his first ball into the right cup. But that just wasn't the case. And also, Taylor missed the shot, which was pretty strange. He's right there lined up. And Michael seemed to understand something that the other contestants did not, is that you needed a clear runway in order to knock the shot in. That's where things went awry. Okay. She didn't, I don't think Taylor took the time to clear things out. Michael did. So when he shoots, it goes right in. Okay, so Michael wins the veto. And then there's a conversation that pops up about, hey, what if we took Taylor down and replaced Taylor with Joshua? Uh, for, I mean, that's something I would offer up to the HOH because it's her HOH. She's the one who's going to take all the blame for that move. There's no way I'm doing that on my own. There's no way that I'm letting someone else do that on my HOH. So I felt like the other contestants were playing a game within a game, just saying, hey, let's see if we can run this past her and see if she would even, take it. If I was Michael, I would have totally done it. Are you kidding me? I'm going to take myself down, and then she will be forced to put up a replacement nominee. And that's going to get so much blood on her hand. And do you know how much blood she would have had on her hand if she would have removed Taylor? Taylor would have remembered that move. Pooch is already on the block. And then then she puts Joshua up. Even if Joshua or Pooch goes home, one of those strong players come back, and you know that they're going to be gunning for Jasmine. So I'm not sure if Jasmine had a conversation with Michael before the veto nominate or the veto speech. It didn't really appear that he had told her his final decisions. She seemed about just as surprised as everyone else when Michael decided not to use the power of veto. And because she said it herself, she said, well, Michael didn't use it. That's not language you would use if you know that a person is not going to use the veto, right? So that tells me that Michael should have done it. It would have been actually, it would have been blood on his hands because he would have been seen as being aligned with Taylor. Okay, yeah, maybe so. Maybe he makes the right move in that case. But I'm just saying. That might have. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he played it smart. He's a smart player. I hate to say this, but the person I have coined to win this entire thing is Pooch. He came in. He had the look. He had the physique. He just can't. I didn't hear him talk yet. So I picked him to win, and now I'm starting to regret that decision. I don't think he's going to go far. In fact, he might be the second person out the game. But my second pick is looking real strong, and that's Michael. If you can, in the comment section, who do you have picked to win the entire thing? You can't. We always have to do this now because if you try to do it later, it just doesn't work. It's like you know too much about the game. So right now, while the game is still pretty fresh, who do you have picked as your first and your secondary player? Drop that in the comment section. But that's all I want to talk about. Check out my other Big Brother content. I'll be doing these quite often. As you can see, I'm just in my house relaxing. I'm not trying to put on a spectacle and have all these effects. We're just kicking it and talking it. Talking about Big Brother. I'm a big fan of the game, and I've been watching it for a very, very, very long time. A very long time. I'm not sure how many years. But it's been like 15 years or so. So I love this show. Watch it all the time, and that's what it is, guys. So do me a favor, check out my updates. I'll try to do one of these within 2 days of the episode airing, if not sooner. And thank you all for watching this. You know what? I'm gonna do another one after this one because I want to talk about who I think should go home or what's going to happen and who's going to win the HOH because Sunday apparently is a huge show, 2 hours. So check out that as well. Thank you.